Hello everyone, this is Saxy Jojo, and today we're going to be playing some more Mirage Noir Prologue. And I know it's been a while, and you guys have probably been waiting, like, when's the next episode coming out? Well, it's coming out now, because you're seeing the episode and whatnot. And so, let me go to low game, because that's what we want. And where we last left off, we had just saved a human. And I discovered that there was a snow leopard named Paw, who I now make jokes about with my actual friend Paw, and she doesn't like that too much. But hey, she's gonna have to get over it because I do it constantly, and it's really funny for me anyway. Like she'll probably look at these videos now because I gave her a link to Starbot. Anyway, gave her a link to Starbot. She was like, I'll watch it later. I'm like, I really hope you don't watch it, period, because you'll eventually come over to Mirage Noir and see the snow leopard reference, and it'll all make sense. Be clear as day. Oh shoot. Anyway, I gladly left that mysterious place behind me, as the silence on that glade was absolute. All the animals that were there fled with us, and none of them got close to it that night. The blood on the snow cooled down and clot. Just a normal winter evening. Oopsies, didn't mean to just jump in like that. Well, I get to make choices. Lots of blanket and hot water. Some vodka for me. Warms the soul, vodka! My guest was in critical health condition. His body temperature was extremely low, and he was also very exhausted. We came back to my hut an hour ago, and he still hasn't regained consciousness. I guess that could work. His breath was very shallow and unstable. Honestly, it would be a miracle if he survived this night. I was really worried about his hands, since they were covered in serious frostbites, so I decided to treat them at that moment. I took his right hand and quietly whispered the words of a healing mantra while pouring my spiritual energy into his limbs. I did the similar thing with his other hand until the most livid marks evaporated from his arms. I'm not doing too good reading last night. Holy moly, it's looking pretty bad. After that, I grabbed some heating rub and applied onto his chest. He looked so fragile and helpless right now. It made me wonder how he ended up in such a weird situation. Watch him come alive and just attack you and just end you. Then you'll see who's not fragile. This guy. Actually, no. Seeing as he's just recovering, he's probably super weak. So you can probably blow on him and he's just dead. It's just the end of him. Especially that from the way his muscles looked like. He seemed to be a rather athletic person. Then how can he seem frail if he's athletic? Confuzzled. The last time I saw someone so delicate was when I was rescuing the son of the local blacksmith. The kid was on the verge of death because of pneumonia. Actually, the difference between those two was the fact that the child had a high fever, while this fellow was cold as ice. Bah! Whatever. I won't give up so easily on him, and the Grim Reaper can kiss my ass. Oh. The Grim Reaper can kiss my donkey. I'm kidding. I decided to try and pour some water with honey into his mouth, but he almost choked, so I stopped immediately. It seemed that his larynx? Probably saying that word wrong, and so I'm going to continue on before someone butchers me in the comment and just ends my career in one go. Was unaccustomed to receiving the fluids. Actually, not only his larynx seemed to act weird, the rest of his body seemed to be, how should I call it? It was lubbery. I don't really know. I really have that word on the back of my mind. I heard it once discussing with other matrons. What was it? Got it. Hibernated. He seemed to be hibernated from Pa. Found him. I talked about that state with some other white witches, but at that time I was really skeptical about it. They believed that the person could get temporarily frozen in order to wake up several years later with the same non-age physical appearance. I had said to them that this is ridiculous, because when you turn water into ice, it expands, thus it would damage the body of the hibernated person and kill it. Maybe it would be possible with the enormous and continuous amount of mana, but not one of the human beings is able to produce such power, as even the contractors can't do it. Still, right now I couldn't find any other reasonable argument that would say he wasn't hibernating. I did whatever I could from the medical point of view, but he still didn't look too well. Thus, I uncovered a little of his sheet and asked Pa to lay down near him. She wasn't happy about it, but she did what I asked for. If it comes to me, I put on my own nightgown and slept underneath the feather bed from the other side of my guest. I don't think it's safe for ya. She's gonna go. She looked at me with deep concern in her eyes. That yawn is totally staying. I'm gonna trademark that yawn. And it's gonna be like, we're gonna see a yawn, like, watermark stamp on like the bottom corner of a video one day, and you're gonna be like, he called it. She was worried about my safety. Well, apparently she was right. I don't think that reasonable person would lay down next to some random unconscious person that might be a murderer or sick with some unknown illness. Normally I wouldn't do that, but that person's life depended on any extra source heating he can get. Also, I don't like to lose bets with death. What type of bet are you making with death? Is he on speed? I'm like, yo. So, you're gonna find this person. Well, no, your familiar's gonna find this person. And then you are gonna have to nurse them back to health. And if you don't, I win your soul. Come at me, bruh. And she's just like, well, since my soul's on the line, I guess I have no choice but to win. So, death, prepare to lose, sucker. Relax, I got your back, right? I wasn't surprised when my reply didn't satisfy her, but she decided to stay quiet. She put down her massive head and began to purr gently in order to help him heal faster. For me, it was a soothing lullaby which opened for the gates to the dreamland. I woke up at dawn, but then the second dawn, 3rd, 8th, 15th, days were slowly passing by, filled with the everyday color. No. I really hope that doesn't show up. Oh God. Oh no. No, that doesn't need to show up. I really hope that doesn't show up. Days were slowly passing by, filled with the everyday life concerns and duties. Cleaning, cooking, healing villages, some witchcraft stuff, making an agent for hemorrhoids, just normal daily stuff for a local matron. Well, it wouldn't be much more normal if I wasn't occupied with my sleeping guest. I was washing him every day, feeding with herbal water and other stuff like that. I was really worried about his state, because he didn't look like he was ever to wake up again. Luckily, no one knew that he was at my house, so I wouldn't have any trouble if I had to do the sad duty of easing his suffering. Oh. She's like, I will put this man under if necessary. I know that it doesn't make any sense, because I did everything I could to save him from the grip of death, and now I'm thinking about erasing his existence from this world. But what can I do? I live here completely alone and have a lot of things to do. He's not the only one in the world. The whole village relies on me. I wouldn't mind if if he was somehow functional and could help me physically with my duties. But if he's unconscious, just stop it. I know. I shouldn't think this way. Especially that long time ago I made a decision to become a matron, and I knew things would never be easy. Living in the countryside is harsh and makes you look at things from a very pragmatic, sometimes cruel point of view. There's another way. My conscience was trying to chase away the thought of killing the stranger. There was a way to wake him up, but it's something that I'm not very good at. Oh no! I hit the enter button too soon. I missed like a important part of dialogue. The only problem with this technique that the person in danger is me. I'm not sure if I'm willing to put my life on the line for a random individual. I sighed heavily, scratching my head, and stirred the porridge with peas which I had been trying to eat for the past several minutes. My leg was nervously twitching under the table when I was figuring out what I can do here. Why did I had to put myself? That's a weird way of spelling myself. But I'm gonna keep rolling because my reading skills have been less than noteworthy this evening. I'm gonna have one early morning gameplay where my reading is just spot on. Everyone's gonna be proud of me. Or if anything, I'm gonna be proud of myself when I go through and do the editing. I'm just like, yeah, killing it with the reading. All right, continuing on. Why did I had? Next sentence. I really regret that I decided to step outside that night to find my familiar. Oh, wow. I should have stayed home and whatever. I was the one who brought him here, so I guess I'll have to reap what I sow. Besides that, my aunt would be really disappointed in me if I would just give up here. I will perform the ceremony tonight. Ceremony? Oh boy. The floor in the bedroom was creaking so loud when I was running around trying to get everything I need. I sat the stranger on my bed with great difficulty. His head fell limply onto his shoulder, and his arms dangled close to his body, just like a shirt carelessly thrown on the chair. I really felt sorry for him at that moment, and I really wouldn't wish anyone to be in such a situation. I took a seat on the bed in front of him. The ritual itself didn't need any special requirements. The only thing I did was sprinkle a salt circle around the bed, just in case some spiritual visitors would like to enter my body while I'd be away. After that, I glanced at Pa. She was full of doubt, just like me. Either way, she did not question my decision and quietly observed us. Then I looked at the man in front of me, quietly wishing for him to wake up right now on his own. Nothing happened. I closed my eyes and began to clear my mind, because I needed to be calm and composed for the task that was waiting for me. I quietly listened to my surroundings. Wind carelessly running through the snowy meadows, trying to get inside the hut. I could hear a fire in a fireplace sliding down from one trunk to another. Pa resting in the corner, breathing silently. My heart is beating slow and steadily. I can hear now how it's arduously pumping my blood through the veins. Without stopping. You are the master of your body. Every muscle, every nerve is obedient. Your breath is getting lighter and lighter. You become light as it. As light as your soul. Lightness. Your body is absolutely acquiescing to your will. You are free. Ditch your human body. You rise slowly from the shell beneath you and look at the piteous man in front of you. You notice that his soul is conscious but unable to synchronize with the body. Your attention is caught by the red spot looking like a small grain. You get close to him as you immerse your hand in the unhow matter. It won't budge. You can't take it out, and you need help. Fight! The red matter reacts to your call, and you feel a slight stinging pain, but you won't give up. Oh wow. Fight! Don't give up. The pain gets more intense, but you will not back off no matter what, even if... Fight, Vesper! Oh, is that his name? Is his name Vesper? Oh boy, what's going on? It's gone. Oh god, we did it. The soul of the stranger starts to glow with the white light. You quickly draw out your palm as the red matter simply disappears. Just like that. And you feel a sharp pain as the world goes dark. Getting back to my body was rapid and very unpleasant, but right now I wasn't able to do it more accurately. Also, the view I got during my astral projection was very confusing to me. No wonder that this boy was unable to wake up, because he got some dirty astral parasite feeding on him. I shuddered with disgust as I remembered the sensation when I tried to get it out from him. My head was pulsing from the pain, and feeling that much worse than I usually get after the village parties. Probably too much vodka. That's what vodka do to you. I sounded that carefully, since I didn't feel too good, and looked at my guest. He was really pale, and his breath was very heavy, but I was really glad that I saw some life in his eyes. Very beautiful green eyes. Okay, shake it off. He looked so scared and confused with all the things that were happening right now, but he didn't make a sound. He observed my every move and gesture with great attention. I could say that he looked just like an animal, watching every move of his huntsman and staying as still as he could in fear that he might get noticed. I got up very slowly because I didn't want to scare nor stress him. Plus, I wasn't in very good shape too. At my surprise, a weak smile suddenly appeared on his face, so I went in his direction with more confidence. Pa was silently observing our every move, looking at him with her amber eyes. I stood beside him as he looked at me, but he didn't make any sound at all. He didn't look like someone who was born in this land, so I was prepared that he wouldn't understand what I was going to say. How are you? Just as I suspected, he looked very confused and shyly looked away from me. Do you understand me? He stared at the feather bed as he mumbled some unknown words which sadly confirmed my concerns. I gently patted his shoulders. He slightly jumped, surprised with my behavior, and he looked at me like an abashed puppy. It was so cute, I almost died from a sugar overdose. Oh my. I feel like that would suck a lot. As I decided to walk out from my speaking abilities, I decided to walk out from this room for a moment, so I turned away slowly. He should be hungry, so I wanted to prepare for him some easy to digest food and some water to wash up. I felt his touch. Oh, this is oh. He gently catched my hand, and I simply froze, completely startled by his action. He took advantage of it and dragged me next to his chest. My legs were powerless at the moment, so I easily fell down on him. I was really astonished by his insolence, so I tried to escape at first, but I did not determine his strength correctly, so in the end I could do nothing at all. I stared at him with anger and disbelief. How could he behave like that? It's rude. Just let me go, okay? He seemed not to care about my angry face and smiled happily, leaning over me, and slowly moved towards my face. Oh, about to get a romance story and we just met the guy. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is your name? Is your name Vesper? VV. the VV ship. I'm kidding. I don't know. They don't seem very compatible to me. They just seem to be thrown in a romantic situation, and it just sort of happened. As he's moving and my heart started to beat rapidly. It was the very first time when I focused on his face. He didn't look like a child anymore. Instead, his face looked more raw. I felt that warm breath over my skin. Inhale. Exhale. He was getting closer and closer. His lips seemed to be so close. I was stunned by the pleasure that struck my body. Unrestrained joy, happiness. Darkness turned into light, being free. Taste of life, second birth. Wait a minute. These are not my feelings. Either way, I felt them really vividly. Wait, why is Paw not attacking? Why is Paw not just like just scratch up his back or something? Either way, I felt them really vividly. The icy coffin, cold forest, and dangerous beasts lurking in the shadow. The void was swallowing everything around. There was also a great pain and a frightening redness. After that, I saw my face. It seemed to be nice and pleasant in his eyes. Well, because he didn't know my language, I think he used some sort of telepathic connection to pour into me his memories. I have to say that the way he did it was quite interesting. I felt really stupid because his intentions were really innocent, and I thought that I blushed like a teenager. I really hope that it was in one way telepathic route, and he didn't know how I feel right now, or I would die of shame. He looked very happy, and his eyes were full of understanding. Oh dear, oh dear. I felt a subtle kiss on the forehead. Oh my. You ate it like an older brother who tried to calm down his distressed sister. You just got friend-zoned. Extremely hard. Dang. Friend-zoned. That'd be interesting if I was able to, if I was at a level where I could do like an animation like that. Just have like a stamp that says friend zone just appear right now. Everything was okay. Again, I sighed heavily and completely submitted to the protection of his surprisingly strong arms. And that's where we're going to end it. Right there. We're going to save. Boop. Yeah. Are you sure you want to overwrite your save? Yes. Right there. And that, ladies and gents, was Mirage Noir Prologue. I don't really have an outro for this one, so I'm just going to end it like legit. That's all I'm going to do. And we're going to be fun. We're going to be fine. We're going to see what happens next. I don't really know what happens next. I hit escape before I could read any of the dialogue. And I suppose if you really wanted to figure out what was going to happen next, you can zoom in on the screen and look. But that's a lot of work. Even I wouldn't want to put in a lot of work like that. I just wait patiently for the next episode and go from there. So, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed it. And I will see you all next time. Goodbye.